Hello guys, you are here to learn something, right? Yeah. So today we're going to be learning Magnus Force. And this is a very amazing topic and this is going to blow your mind. So let's start with the topic. First, the curiosity arises that what is Magnus Force and where do we see it? So the most brilliant example that I can give you is in soccer. So let's start with the example. So here, if you have seen a soccer match, or if you have played soccer anytime, I hope you've played, surely, right? So if Ronaldo or Messi is standing here and you will see the ball, the players in soccer use a very good technique that they curve the ball. If you have noticed, and if you're curious to know that why the ball curves and what they do, this is where we are going to learn Magnus force. So what they do is that with the force, if they hit at the under the ball or somewhere at an angle to the ball, they make the ball spin, right? They make the ball spin, and by the spinning, the ball curves. But how it curves, this is a real big question. So this is Magnus force, and we're going to learn that now. So let's start at why it happens. Now, if you have a ball, if you have a ball, if you have a ball, simple ball you take and you generate a spin in this ball. Now, in which direction I will show you? In this direction. So the ball spins like this. Okay, so I've drawn an arrow, and at that side the ball moves like this. Okay, right. So this is the spin. Now, how the air, this is all about air, okay? This Magnus force. The air makes the spin, the curve in this ball. But if that force is known as Magnus force, and let me tell you with this example, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, so we have a ball here, and the ball spins in this direction, okay? And we have air rushing towards, 1 minute. We have air moving towards it in the opposite direction, okay? Yeah. Now, when the air reaches the ball, it will take the sensation, or it would touch with the surface of the ball, right? So what I should do is rub all these arrows, and you have to imagine that a ball is moving in this direction, okay? Simple. The ball is moving in this direction. I'll draw an arrow here. The ball is moving in this direction. Now, when the air is rushing towards it, the ball comes here. The air comes here. Okay, the air is going through the side of the ball, right? This air, and so this ball is already moving in this one, and the ball and the air is moving the same direction. Okay, so the ball and the air is moving in the same direction. So the air and the ball are moving in the same direction. This side is moving also in this side, and this air is also moving in the same direction. So when it's moving in the same direction, the air rushes because it will move in a speed. Okay, so it would move in a speed. Because it's both the things are moving, and so the air will rush down in the more speed, and the air will deflect in this side. Okay, got it? Right. So the air would deflect in this side. So again, I will jot down the things. That is, the ball is moving on this side. The air is also moving in the same direction, so it would move faster. This side air would move faster, and it would leave the ball and would curve. Would deflect like this. Done till here? Amazing. Now, this is the first part. What happens? Now let's go to the next part. The ball is moving, so I've done an arrow here in this direction, right? And this ball, and this air has gone in this side. From here, some air comes, moves like the air had moved this side, This side also air comes. But here, if you notice that here the ball is moving in the opposite direction and this air is moving with the ball with respect to the ball. The air is moving in the opposite direction. Here it was moving with, and here is moving the opposite. So it would not leave the ball fast. It would leave the ball slow because it's moving in the opposite direction, right? Yeah. So it would leave the ball slowly. It's not moving like here it was moving with it, so it is leaving. So the air is rushing down fast, but here it's not. So it would slow down and it would create and it would go straight. Like here it had gone deflected. Here it would go straight. Done. So this clear. If you understood, it's great. It's wonderful. Now this all after this all is of Newton's third law. Let me tell you. So here as the air is moving in this side, the ball would go in this side, right? The force of the air, because it's moving in this, so the air has rushed down from here and is deflected on this side because it's with the balls moving. So more force in this side. So as the air is curved like this, ball would go in this direction. But as you know, every force is an opposite and equal reaction. So this is Newton's third law. So as it is moving in this direction, this is pushing the ball. This side will also push it, and so it will move the opposite, and so it will curve, and the ball now curves, to that direction. Now this, where the ball will curve, basically this, it has curved in this side. It basically it is relative to the spinning of the ball. Means it is dependent on the spin of the ball, in which spin it is. Suppose I'm in here, I've drawn this spin. Now suppose it's here this spin, then it would move in the opposite direction, right? It depends on the spinning of the ball and with the air moving fast, and then so it would curve down on this side with the ball. It's moving with the ball, right? With the direction of the ball and the direction of the air is same. So the air will deflect in this side, making a force on that side. Here it is moving in the opposite, so it would go straight. It would not rush down. It would go straight, and it's not making any force on that side. And as the force is on this side, it would also make a force on that side. And so this is Newton's third law. And that's why the ball deflects and making a curve in this ball. And this is how it works. So this thing that I showed you is all because of air, right? So the basic thing that a sportsman or the soccer player has to do is to make a spin in the ball. And if there is a spin in the ball, it would always create a Magnus effect. That is a force because of the air. That is, one side it is the same, it is moving in the same direction, one side different. And so force on that side equal force on opposite side. Done. So this is Magnus effect. And this is the most brilliant example that I can give you. That is soccer. So next time when your friend asks that, do you know that why it happens, or can you generate, you have the physics, just apply it and you will be able to do it. So yeah, so this is how it works, and just you have to create a spin on the ball and then it works. So this is how Magnus effect works, and I hope you understood this thing, that is all because of air. And this thing can't work in a vacuum because there is no air. In non-vacuum it can only work. This is a very great thing, Magnus effect. I hope you understood it. Please subscribe, leave a like, and also please comment down in the comment section below. I will meet you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.